All right, let's talk about the AI you're already using probably dozens of times a day without even realizing it. No, I'm not talking about science fiction robots. I'm talking about this invisible engine that's quietly shaping, well, everything, from your movie night to how a factory works. So let's dive in and pull back the curtain. So here's a question for you. What could your Netflix queue possibly have in common with a busy factory floor? I know, it sounds like a weird riddle, right? But there's a single invisible thread that connects your weekend binge watch directly to global supply chains. So what is it? What ties these two completely different worlds together? And the answer is weak AI. You might also hear it called narrow AI. Now, forget everything you've seen in the movies about all-knowing, super-intelligent computers. That's not what this is. Weak AI is more like a highly trained specialist. It's designed to do one specific job, or maybe a small set of related jobs, and do them exceptionally well. We're not talking about consciousness here. It's all about powerful, laser-focused performance. Okay, so how does this specialist AI actually, change anything in the real world? Well, it all begins with this kind of ripple effect, starting right inside the world of business. It's quietly revolutionizing companies literally from the ground up. And it all starts with one key concept: automation. I mean, for any business trying to get smarter and faster, that's the name of the game. And this is where weak AI absolutely shines. It takes on all those boring, repetitive tasks and just does them with a speed and accuracy that, let's be honest, we humans just can't compete with. I mean, just think about something like inventory management. This is a perfect example. Before AI, what was it? It was people with clipboards, right? Lots of manual counting, which meant a high chance for errors and tons of wasted products. But now, AI systems don't just count what's on the shelf. They're smart enough to predict what you're gonna need next. And that simple change, it slashes waste and pretty much eliminates those frustrating out-of-stock signs. It's a total game changer. And this isn't just about boxes on a shelf. This idea applies everywhere. Think about the last time you went to a website and a little chatbot popped up. Yep, that's weak AI. It's handling thousands of basic questions all at once, which means the human customer service folks are free to help people with the really tricky, complex problems. At the end of the day, it's all about making everything run smoother. But here's where that ripple starts to get bigger. What happens when these incredible efficiencies aren't just stuck inside one company? What happens when they start getting applied everywhere? Well, you don't just get small improvements anymore. You start to see the transformation of entire industries. And really, the reason for this huge shift is pretty simple. Businesses want to be more efficient, and they want to reduce their costs. That's the goal. And weak AI is the tool that's letting them do it on a scale we've just never seen before. So this tech is now popping up in some of the most critical parts of our economy. Seriously, we're way beyond just online shopping here. We're talking about massive, fundamental changes in huge fields like healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and logistics. So let's take healthcare. AI is becoming this vital partner for doctors, helping them analyze complex things like X-rays and MRIs with just unbelievable precision. Not to mention, it helps manage all that sensitive patient data securely. Then you've got finance, where it's basically a silent guardian working behind the scenes, It's powering that instant fraud alert on your credit card, and it's executing super complex stock trades in like the blink of an eye. Back on that factory floor, AI is fine-tuning the entire production line to get the most out of it. It can even predict when a machine is about to break down and flag it for maintenance, which saves a ton of money and time. And finally, logistics. Here, AI is like the master brain of the global supply chain. It's figuring out the absolute fastest, most efficient route for every single package crisscrossing the planet. I mean, the sheer scale of it is just enormous. Okay, but this whole story isn't just about big corporations and industries. This is where the third and maybe the most important ripple hits. This is about how all that technology comes together to create the personalized digital world that you and I live in every single day. This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? The goal is simple. Show you what you want before you even know you want it. That's the core idea here. Weak AI is the engine driving this hyper-personalization, analyzing patterns to guess what you'll want next, making it feel like everything was made just for you. You know how you're scrolling through a site like Shopee and it just seems to know exactly what you're looking for? It feels like magic, but it's not. It's a really smart, weak AI recommendation engine, looking at everything you click on and buy to figure out the next thing you're probably gonna love. And hey, remember that question from the very beginning? Your Netflix queue? This is it. That perfectly curated list of movies and shows that seems to read your mind, that's the exact same technology at work, trying to keep you hooked based on everything you've ever watched. And if you look at it from the business side of things, this is the ultimate goal, right? When your experience feels that personal, you're happier, you're more engaged, and you're way more likely to stick around. It's kind of a win-win, all powered by this smart, focused AI. All right, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. We've seen how weak AI starts small, inside a single business, then it expands out to whole industries, and finally it trickles all the way down to reshape our own personal digital lives. It really is like a ripple effect when you think about it. It begins with one small thing, like making inventory more efficient. That success inspires others, and soon it's spreading across entire industries. And then, finally, all that invisible, behind-the-scenes work comes together to create this super personalized, predictive world that, honestly, we kind of take for granted now. And all of this leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on. Look, we know this AI is making our lives way more convenient and tailored to us. But as these systems get smarter and smarter, as they get better at predicting what we want, how do we make sure we don't lose that little spark of randomness? How do we protect the space for genuine discovery, for happy accidents, for all the things that make our choices uniquely, well, human?